Hey, pasa, cabrón. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit ugly today, but fear not, because I made this video just for you. My name's Blake, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram, linked in the description below. I'm going to teach you a few ways you can be instantly more attractive, so hopefully you can actually admit to yourself that, yeah, I actually want to be attracted to women and to people in the world. Because a lot of people can't admit this, and I hate that. I hate when I hear people say, oh, do it for yourself. Like, look, do it for yourself, king. It's all about you. That shit is stupid. Think about why you're doing this in the first place. You're going to the gym to build an aesthetic body, to look good for who? Because it's not to just sit in the mirror and stare there and just like with your body dysmorphia, looking in the mirror, like still not feeling good about yourself. It's to look good for the people around you, for other women to think you are attractive, to get respect from other men. So think about why you're doing it in the first place. And if you're honest with yourself, you'll come to the same conclusion that I did. And that is that you want to be more attractive to women and want the respect of other men and your peers. Once you do this, it'll make becoming more attractive a lot easier and help you get results a lot faster. Most guys tend to overestimate themselves. Like, you're probably sitting there wondering, oh, why is that 10 out of 10 girl with that ugly guy? Like, I'm better than looking than him, blah, blah, blah. I'm a 7 out of 10. The truth is, you're probably not. If you're not getting like tons of attraction from women, you are not that guy. Unfortunately, it is a tough pill I had to swallow as well, so fear not, because this is stuff that we can change. Don't let the black pillars get to you and say like, oh, you're destined to be a 3 forever, blah, blah, blah. Because once you realize you're a 3, that's when you're free to realize you can also become a 10. Doesn't matter where you start at, you can become a 10 out of 10 if you want to. And you don't have to spend too much time on that. Just take a minute and think realistically, if a girl were to judge you out of 10, how would she judge you? Like, look at your lifestyle habits, look at your physique, look at your face, everything, and just honestly judge yourself. Because in the past, I thought I was like already like a 7 or 8 out of 10, but truthfully, I was probably like more like a 5 or 6, maybe even less. But like, I say 5 or 6 because I at least had an aesthetic body and at least had a little bit of that going for me. So 5 or 6 seems pretty reasonable, but now, you know, increase that exponentially. And this is because each point that I'm about to go over is going to increase your attraction from women tenfold. Like even just doing one thing is just like, you will see dramatic differences in the way that women treat you and the way that men kind of treat you and respect you. You will just see like different levels in your dating life just go from down here to up here, just like that, just with each step alone. And once you combine all of them, your potential is limitless. Like, you will literally become the Chad for sure that we kind of dream of, you know? So let's go over how you can become more attractive. The first step is going to be fixing your mindset. I've been talking about this a lot lately, and this is because it is one of the most overlooked aspects in the looksmaxing community because nobody talks about it. It is going to be your mental health. Your mental health is going to determine how the world sees you, because your self-image is the same thing as your world image. How you treat yourself, how you view yourself, is how the world's going to treat you and how the world's going to view you, right? How are you supposed to accomplish anything if you don't have a positive mindset, if you don't believe it? If you're anything like how I was when I started, when you get an idea or get like that urge to go up to the girl, you start creating these limiting beliefs for yourself and start thinking, oh, she's probably got a boyfriend, oh, she's not going to say no because I'm not her type, and blah, blah, blah. But you need to overcome that, and you need to like just kill that negative feedback, because that's based off past traumas. The reason that you have those negative kind of thoughts as soon as you do it is those past traumas. And you basically been listening to like your Neanderthal brain, the bad part of your brain that just wants you to like feel anxiety and stuff. And you're listening to that, and you've listened to that before, and it's just become this habit because you're used to, again, those past traumas. So you're just kind of, projecting them onto this current situation, which has no basis in reality. You convince yourself out of going to talk to that girl, out of like doing well in a job interview, stuff like that, when you should just like have some balls and just be like, yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm capable of getting this job. Yes, I'm capable of getting that girl. Yes, I'm capable of doing all these things and accomplishing all the goals that I want to accomplish. And this is why it's going to be crucial for your looksmaxing journey, is because you need to have that, one, the belief that you can actually change, you can become a more attractive person, because that's when you start to. And 2 is because you're probably more attractive than you think you are, because you're just down on yourself, you're depressed, and you're telling yourself you're too ugly and you're not that guy, right? So you need to fix your mental health, and because those 2 things are going to be vital for your looksmaxing journey. The next thing that you're going to work on is going to be your aesthetic body, your physique. This is going to have the best ROI, which if you don't know what that means, it just means return on investment. This is going to have the best ROI possible, probably like for anything that you can do in your life. And the reason is because it's not only going to just dramatically enhance your looks, but it is going to also improve your health, which is just going to give you a better life quality for literally the rest of your life. Like, you are going to live longer and feel better. Like, you're going to be 70 doing fucking front flips while everybody else, all your other peers that didn't go to the gym, are just sitting there like, oh, my back hurts, when they're 40. And you're going to be doing that at 70. Like, you're going to be doing some crazy stuff. But in terms of looks, like, we'll focus on that because your health obviously is going to be important, is going to provide for that. But your looks is just going to be phenomenal. Like, if you've ever seen, like, girls read those fantasy books and stuff, the guy on the cover, the hero in the book that they kind of lust over, is never going to be like, it's never a chubby dude, right? It's never a guy that's out of shape. It's never a skinny, scrawny guy. It's a guy that got some muscle on his frame, that's pretty lean, and just generally like looks good, looks sexy. And that's what you need to build for yourself. And it's capable for everyone. You don't need steroids. You don't need any of that nonsense. You are capable of doing it just the way you are. If you're not in the gym yet, or you've been slacking lately, quick action step: stop this video right now. Just get on the floor, do 10 push-ups right now, just 10 push-ups. It's a little challenge for you. Just like get started. Like, that's something. Just do a little bit of exercise every single day, and you'll start to see your body changing and start to actually build that physique that you want, along with your diet. Like, you need to change your diet as well, because that's going to be a big determining factor in how your physique looks once you start getting consistent in the gym. We've all heard girls say, oh, I like that Bonzo, you don't have to go to the gym, I don't want you to be too big. But we all know that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, the guy that they're going for, the guy that they're lusting over in Hollywood and stuff, is not that chubby fucking fat ass, or the gordito, or the skinny, lanky, no muscle on his frame, skinny fat guy that has got no muscle. It's always somebody with like an aesthetic body, right? So just go ahead and start building it up. Again, best bang for your buck is just building up your body. Like, it'll literally change your life as a whole. Now, another thing is going to be your style. I have experimented with this for a long time, and I'm telling you, just whatever you do, do not be like those cringy, like, hype beasts, or just some of the stuff you see on like the male fashion advice on Reddit and stuff. Like, some of that stuff is so cringy. Quite frankly, it just makes you look just bad, immature, soy boy, kind of beta incel. Like, you're gonna get cucked. It just makes you look like you're gonna get cucked, quite honestly with you. You need to actually have like a better fashion sense like that. And if you're younger and stuff, like the streetwear and stuff, you can be like picky with that. But if you're like older, like 30 and up, then maybe you want to go for a more like mature look and stuff like that. It just really depends. You need to find your own style. I was just telling you some stuff that you can stay away from, but find your own style and just find what looks good and what you think, honestly, like, again, because we've admitted to ourselves that we want to be attractive to women. Find what you think women would look attractive, and find what fits your body. And this is why the gym is one of the best ROIs that you can have, is because when you have an aesthetic physique, you automatically fit in clothes way better. Like, especially if you're going for a more fitted, tapered look for a lot of your clothes, like, you're just going to look 10 times better. It's going to show off that physique a little bit. I'm not talking about no extra medium shirts that like clearly are too tight, but I'm talking about stuff that just fits nice and is proportionally looks good on your body. Your physique is just going to help that 10 times. It's going to dramatically change things. Like, the girl that you want, she wants you to have at least look presentable, like match her style a little bit so she can like show you off, you know, just like you want to show her off, right? It's no big deal. The next thing is going to be your hair. Now, this can literally add or subtract multiple points of attraction. Like I said, a couple years ago, I thought I was like more like a 7 or 8, but realistically, I was like a 5 or 6, and my hairstyle was a big factor in that, because it was just bad. Like, at the time, I thought it looked cool and all that, but it just, honestly, it looked bad, and I had to change it. I wouldn't recommend going down the, like, you know, TikTok boy hair kind of route. Mine might look similar, but I see it as something different. I think that stuff is kind of cringe, and like that TikTok boy kind of aesthetic is cringe, but you know, you do you. It's better than that, you know, kind of autist self-improvement kind of look where you just shave your head bald, right? Anything is going to be better than that. So that's what you want to go for. But once I went from the long hair, I like was in a band, so I had that kind of like rock star kind of shag going on, Jim Morrison style. And then now I'm like, I have the hair that I have now. And it's like I got a fade and everything, got the eyebrows slit, and that has just dramatically increased my attraction for women. Again, like, it's definitely added multiple points, especially when I got the fade and the slit, like made me look at least 10 times more sexy. If you're experiencing hair loss, you can also fix that. If you aren't experiencing it yet, you can also go ahead and just like get in front of that, especially if you know your family has a history of male pattern baldness. You know, not that balding is a bad thing, because there are some people that can pull it off, like First Man, The Rock, Jason Statham, just all these people, right? But not everybody can yet. Like if I lost all my hair now, I probably wouldn't look that good. Do some things, do a lot of fixing, because you can look good without hair, but most of us, at least while we're younger, we at least want to keep it while we're young. So definitely get ahead of that. There's a bunch of different ways that you can do it, like finasteride, minoxidil, etc. But that's something to look actually into before you just like hop on it and stuff. There are a bunch of different causes for hair loss, but if you're trying to keep it, the most common thing that people that experience hair loss say is they wish they started trying to keep it and trying to get ahead of it sooner. So just get ahead of it before it starts so you can keep as much hair as possible, because you don't have to take any drugs or anything when you're starting out. Like you don't have to do any of that stuff and nonsense you might hear on the internet. You can just keep your hair as is now if you get ahead of it now. Like you never have to worry about getting on any medication or anything like that. And you can also, like, one thing that I kind of overlooked for a long time is that you can use products. Like, you do not have to just have bad head. Like, you can actually use products to style your hair and get it how you want. Now mine, again, is kind of like a messier look, so I don't have to use product all the time, but sometimes if I wake up and stuff, it's like actually like too messy, like it looks like bad. So I just use product and I get it like, so it just kind of looks like a little messy, so I'm not, doesn't look like I'm trying too hard, you know? But seriously, you can just use product. Like, it was a big thing that I didn't really kind of think of, because it's kind of obvious, but you don't really think about it. Like, use product to make it look good. Don't use a ton of product. And you don't put all the chemicals and shit in your hair, and you don't want to just look goofy, like you got to style all weird. But because again, find your hairstyle that fits your face and your face structure, but just use some product so you don't have that bed head. Next up is going to be your face structure, your bone structure, because people don't even realize that you can actually change this, right? And it's kind of common sense. It's kind of like, if that's how your bone is, it's kind of like shin conditioning. If you think about it, for like MMA and stuff, your shins get conditioned after being hit and stuff so times, so they go from like this round kind of shape to this more kind of like pointed shape as they're more conditioned. If you get kicked by an MMA fighter, not only does he know like proper technique and everything, but his shins are just generally like, they are conditioned and they are like sharp, like a sword, so they're gonna hurt. Versus if you kicked them as hard as you possibly could, it's not gonna hurt them that much, right? You can kind of like change your bone structure with certain techniques. Like, and the most important thing that I think, in order to, especially for your face, in order to create that kind of masculine look, that kind of attractive look, get that jawline sharp and stuff, it's going to be mewing and your leanness. Mewing, just proper tongue posture, tongue on the roof of your mouth, just like I just did just there. And on top of that, just your leanness or your body fat percentage, which you can't just diet down. Like, if you don't have any muscle on your frame yet, you can't just diet down, because then you're just going to be skinny fat, because you have no muscle on your frame to diet down to, and then your face is going to hold the fat and everything. So you need to build up your body and build up muscle, so that when you lose weight, you're losing fat, body fat, and then the fat disappears from your face, from your body, and you can see like your ab cuts, you can see the striations in your muscles. That's what's going to get you that jawline, is mewing and that. And there are other exercises that you can do too, like it's like zygote pulling and stuff, or pushing and thumb pulling, etc. There's a whole bunch of different things. You can find videos all over the internet about that stuff. But you just start doing facial exercises to build up your jawline, to build up your face structure, and then you will just have a more attractive face. Last thing we're going to go over is hygiene, and this is pretty simple. Like, first off, just have a skincare routine. Like, if you have acne and stuff, you already have fixed your diet, because you've already implemented the aesthetic body stuff, so we're going to assume. So you've already started fixing that, and then you also need to have a skincare routine. And this does not mean like putting on the pimple patches and all that shit. Like, all that stuff is bullshit. Like, you just need a few simple things, like a face scrub and stuff in the morning, just to look more presentable, not for your acne and all that, because that stuff will be fixed with your lifestyle factors. If you don't believe me, like, trust, I used to have like pretty bad acne, especially in high school, but once I actually fixed other factors of lifestyle factors, I stopped getting acne. You know, occasionally I'll get like a bump or two. I don't think I have any too big that I can show you right now, but occasionally I get a bump or two, but not really anymore, ever since I've changed my lifestyle factors, changed my diet. Like, diet is one of the biggest things. like getting enough sunlight, all that stuff is going to go into like getting rid of your acne. But you need to have a normal skincare routine. You can take care of your skin and stuff while you're still young, so then when you're older, you still look young, you still look like very youthful and everything. Your skin's very healthy and clear. And this is just going to be like having a proper skincare routine morning and night. Also, another thing for hygiene is going to be your cologne. Like, I know some people say that it lowers your testosterone, but I don't really think it affects it that much. I think plus it just adds so much attraction to you. Like, if you have it on a sexy cologne, like, oh my God, I'm telling you, women love that. So you just always got to smell sexy with a nice cologne. Just be generally clean. Like, take 2 showers per day, because believe it or not, I've heard this before and I didn't know this was a thing, but some people only shower once per week. Some people are that disgusting. Don't shower just once per week or once per day. Shower twice per day, preferably like more often than that. But yeah, just shower twice per day and stuff, and just be generally clean. Like, brush your fucking teeth, floss your teeth. Some people don't even do that stuff, and it's kind of like these things that you overlook, especially if you're alone at home all day, like not really doing anything. You don't think about that, and then when you go out with a girl, go up and talk to the girl, you forgot to brush your teeth that morning, and you're disgusting. You're looking like a goblin in front of her. So don't forget to do that stuff. Like, oh man, I can't believe that some guys actually forget that. You need to do it yourself. Those are gonna be 6 things that I think you can do to become the most attractive person you possibly can. It's kind of what I summarize as looksmaxing as a whole. If you don't know where to start and you don't want to scour the internet looking for all the videos of like the different techniques and stuff that I talked about in this video, then you can read about my course linked in the description below. Like I said, you can find some of this stuff online, but it takes a lot of time, and you're gonna waste a lot of time trying stuff out that does and doesn't work. I package everything up for you all in one, so you don't have to go anywhere else. You can get it straight from the source, straight from someone you know you can trust. Again, no pressure, but you can just read about it, linked in the description below. That being said, remember, be better than you were yesterday.